Right, so what was this, Mr. Perry? Your attempt to get me fired? Is this your girl? Maria Alejandro something something? Is the wrong address or something? I mean, you know, I'm not obligated to deliver somebody who gives me the wrong address. And so Mr. Perry is making a concerted effort to make me homeless, broke, desperate, destitute, dig out of the trash can, or so that think you have no choice but to take our bribe and lie. Which means I'm telling the truth, or he wouldn't do that. This is the 13th of August, 2022. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcast. It is noon, and I have no orders. So, Mr. Perry, everybody's starting to notice that, there's a lot of problems with the Dasher apps, or the Uber Eats apps, or the Grubhub. I primarily stick with filming the Dasher because that's the one he uses the most. A lot of doorbell cameras, a lot of reflective glass doors, Mr. Perry. Get out of my phone. So, this morning he's typing in my phone, "I'm sorry." No, you're not. You're full of shit. It's just more Charles Perry lies. If you're sorry, you give it back and you get the fuck out. You make it right. Everybody's really tired of watching you make me suffer, so we can get information and you cannot. Nobody's telling you who's helping me. Nobody's telling you who has the actual recordings. Everybody hates your guts. People don't like drama. They don't like problems. They don't like suffering. They don't like hardship. They don't like loss. And they don't like the people that cause it, and that's what you're doing. I moved twice, sir, to get away from you, because you make me sick. You make my stomach turn. I was supposed to get you elected, and that was that. You have drugged this on and on and on, and the longer you're in my life, and the more you cause me loss, and the more problems you cause me, and the longer Mike's in jail, the more we get on your crime you hid all your life. So I'm going to quote another one that we got, Mr. Perry, last night while you were causing me loss. The guy said she's reading this book, Sexual Homicide, and it goes over a whole bunch of different crimes that these guys who are abused as kids will do. They'll get into voyeurism, cross-dressing, homosexuality, sex with animals, you name it. And so she mentioned, you feel pretty in that dress you wear. You have a matching outfit with your dolly. Is it that she knows that, did she get that from that book? And the guy goes, no, she's been saying that for a long time. It's just that, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think Charles Perry is into every sex, weirdo, deviant thing that there is. If it's deviant and it's weirdo, he's into it. I think he's every bit what she says he is. And you've given us evidence of that like a motherfucker. It's so easy, it's not fair. You're a sex sadist. We know that. You enjoy causing other people loss. But here's the thing. Normal people don't like that. Guys like you go to prison. You know why? Because normal people don't like that. So much so they made it a crime. You do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. When someone comes around saying, we're going to put a stop to that, feed us information, we'll feed it to her. They're perfectly willing to do that because I don't like what you're doing to me. You asked for it. You got it. It's so easy. It is not fair. Over and over and over, we have an email representing a recording of you trying to commit a crime against me. It's premeditated. There's a malicious aforethought. You're doing it on purpose to cause a harm. That is exactly what Dr. Russell said. That is exactly what our witness said. That is exactly what our shrink says. And you are doing nothing but proving them right and proving me right. You need a lie, and we're all tired of hearing about it. Sir, we're all sick and tired of hearing how you need a lie. We don't give a shit. Fuck off. You're causing the problems. You're causing the loss, you're causing the suffering, and everybody hates you for it. And so you're getting told on, and told on, and told on, and told on, and you have no real love life. You are John Hinckley Jr. watching TV pretended, making everybody hate you more by the day. Because of what you're putting me through and Mike Neely through. You're asking for it, sir. So when we quote you, don't complain about it. It is what you want. Because if it wasn't, you would stop. You would stop. I've told everybody for well over a year, Mr. Perry has threatened specifically to get me kicked out of my home and to put me on the streets and make me destitute to try to starve me into a lie. That means I'm telling the truth. So, you did it. You carried out another threat. We have one in Tulsa. We got to get her to Texas where we can do more to her. I put that out in March, sir. So it was duly noted for the record in March. It is duly noted for the record right now, you're trying very hard to kidnap me. My ex-husband called me again. After all the stuff we've already brought out, he was going to pay for a week. You called him and told him not to. Why are you calling my family, sir? I'm the mother of his son. You treat dogs better. People who abuse dogs, starve them, neglect their basic needs, go to jail. I'm going days without food. I have no place to live. You took my home away. You've taken my home away more than once. This is the third time payment was refused. He called those people and said, I'll pay for a week, and they refused his payment. Then he calls me back and goes, I'll pay for a day and you're on the streets or you come to Texas. Yesterday I'm screaming at him. It's dangerous for me there. It's dangerous for me there. I'm your son's mother. It's dangerous for me there. Nope, you're going to come here or else. So what kind of duress did you put on him to make him do that? And what business is it of yours? What my ex-husband does for me to take care of his family? My guys are like, he's mentioned a few times, you're his ex-wife. We don't see it that way. We see it. We help our ex-wives that are the mother of our children. That's not actually my ex-wife. That's the mother of my children. If you can't take care of your family, you're not worth a shit. You're just not worth a shit. So when this is over, I'm happy to metaphorically kick your ex-husband's ass for saying that to you and putting you through that anxiety and duress. We told you to fuck off. I don't care that you're sorry. If you're really sorry, you'd make it right. And you'd get the fuck off me. And by the way, true love is, I want you to be happy even if it's not with me. I don't go out with men who starve women and children and kill cops. You're not going to get the time of day from me, sir. You make my skin crawl and you're pissing me off. And when you piss me off, what happens? We get more and more and more. Nobody has gotten as much evidence of your criminal organization than we have. And it happens when you do something to me. You're a fucktard. It is embarrassing. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing every day and getting the same results. You're not going to get a date with me. You're a turnoff. You're lazy, you're strange, you're bizarre, you're boring, you're weird. You're a weirdo. And yeah, you meet the definition of everything in that book, Sexual Homicide. It's written by the guy who established profiling for the FBI. Here's what we're looking for in an offender. When we're looking at a crime scene, maybe trying to catch a serial, we're looking for patterns, we're looking for similarities, we're looking for an MO. We're looking for somebody who was abused as a kid, whose mind is all sick and twisted, and that they would do something like this to another human being. Necrophilia. Lucky Miller said, I think what Charles Perry is doing is running a fantasy through his head every day that she's dead and he's having sex with her dead body. I think we got a necro here, and he's not going to do that to her in my jurisdiction. One thing after another that you hid all your life is not hidden now, sir. Use allegedly, apply the but-for legal standard, apply the reasonable prudent individual standard. We assert all constitutional rights. I have the right to equal protection of all the violence against women laws, all anti-stalking, federal and state, anti-voyeurism, federal and state, the laws prohibiting you from interfering with commerce and contracts and stealing my money to starve me into a lie, coercion. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. My guy knows exactly how much money to the penny that you owe me. They have a forensic accountant. I already said it. It's not. You guys act like I've never said this stuff before. And interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. So I guess you guys were told. I told them not to get her kicked out of that place, even though there's not a contract. Interfering with the buying and selling. It's a twofold thing. Interference with contracts and commerce. The buying and selling of services and goods. With intent to make her lie. Make her go to Texas. Make her by force do something against her will. He's using her family to try to kidnap her. We've said it over and over and over and over. So when I tell my ex-husband, I'm the mother of his child, I'm in danger in Texas. What he's supposed to say, what's normal is, yeah, I'm not going to put you in danger. I did tell you I'd pay for a week. I'll pay for another week. Let me know what else I can do. Instead, I'm going to pay for a night, then you go fucking sleep on the street or you get your ass to Texas. Who told him to say that? You? How many times did you call him? We've heard you. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say to her. We've heard you. You guys record it all the time. How many times is it a leak? How many times is it a wiretap order? You don't know. It's none of your business, is it? But you're pissing everybody off the more hardship you put on me and Mike Neely. So when we get more, when we quote you, saying to somebody you have no business talking to at all, be careful what you say to her. You asked for it. Right, Geppetto? Right, Muffin Man? Right, Calvin? Who are those people to you? Who's Monique to you, Charles? Yep. See, this kind of stuff right here, because you're trying to get me fired. I tried to do freelance writing, and you fucked that up. Everything, you know, I'm trying to dance, you fucked that up. The witness says he puts cameras in women's homes who are divorced with kids. He gets them fired from their job, makes sure they don't get another job. They lose the house, then he has the ex take the kids away. He enjoys getting women upset, and then he goes and rubs one out. I wish I could unhear that. And I'm glad somebody's putting a stop to it, because I'm sick and tired of sleeping with one eye open. You don't think everybody feels that way? People don't like being threatened, being stressed out, being scared, being broke, being nervous. You know, what if they do to me what they did to Cynthia and Lucky and Mike? Get them off of us. Put a stop to it. How can I help? What do you need to know? We don't have problems getting information. You do, princess. So, when I'm speaking right now, I'm speaking to someone with a deeply depraved, demented mind. It is not my thoughts that I'm speaking to. It is not the politically correct thing to say that I'm speaking to right now. I'm fighting for my life, literally. I'm speaking to the killer. A man who sits around and fantasizes all day about my death and then sex with my dead body. And I'm putting that on the record right now. That is his fantasy. He works it up every day. When's he gonna blow? When is he gonna blow? Lucky knew it. Lucky talked about it. It's been said over and over and over. We already know. We already know you're a sick, twisted little fuck. I'm sorry that maybe you were abused as a kid. Maybe you're making that up. You lie so much, who knows? One thing is for sure, you're not normal. And you disturb normal people. And we don't have any problems getting information. You do. Normal people do not like suffering. Watch the news. Nobody made a hero out of the Tulsa shooter. The mayor said people stepped up and asked, how can I help? You don't think we're getting the same thing, dumbass? You're off your nut. You really are delusional. You really are delusional if you actually think that as many times as you've been quoted, sir. We don't even know what to say. It's so embarrassing that you're this stupid. It really is. That you can't get cause and effect. And same and different. Very simple concepts we all got in daycare. When you're mean to people, they're not going to like you. When you do illegal things that everybody would like to see you locked up for, people are not going to like you. They don't like what you do, they don't like you. We don't have problems getting information, sir, you do. McNamara email was the first, but not the first I put out, but not the first. Every day is something. How do I know who Geppetto is? Muffin Man. We can't run Hansel and Gretel on her anymore. She knows about that. Coaxing. You like coaxing, don't you? Let's take a look at that. So look at this. She claims he hacked her app. There's 15 orders from Chick-fil-A that are not profitable coming in, one right after the other on the night. He didn't want her to have money. So yeah, I think so. There was one that I delivered the order, and I didn't get paid on it. And then as I'm doing the podcast, and I say that, boom, there it is. Oh, that's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. Did it take all 4 events for you to know on 9/11 it was terrorist attack? Because we all knew after the second. Patterns, same, different. Are you able to get those kind of concepts, cause and effect? When you make people suffer, people aren't going to like you. They'll put you down quick. That's a metaphor, Matt. I would like Jacqueline Perry to get your fucking rabid dog out of my backyard. He's shitting it up. Get him off me, lady. You might go to jail with him. It's called aiding and abetting. Get him off me today. Get out of my phone. See? You coaxed Mike. How did you know Mike had to be coaxed or begged to go to Pensacola? Because he didn't want to go. But we had this plan to kill him. And when that didn't work, we framed him. Because you can't beat somebody to death and have not a mark on you while you're drugged. Who gave him the drugs? We've got one in Tulsa. We got to get her back to Texas to do more to her. Charles, I said no. Charles, listen to me. You're kidnapping me, and I said no. My ex-husband I hung up on him yesterday. You want to put me eating out of a dumpster so I can go, well, I told you so. I did say. They got me kicked out of my home again and again and again. That supports our witness, my shrink, and the guy's shrink. That's the McNamara email. I'm going to false arrest her, and then you did. So I'm like, well, I told you so. He's every bit the sicko that I say he is. And he had this crap. I had this beforehand, sir. I have this beforehand. I'm going to take her car. She can eat out of a dumpster, but she's going to lie for me. Coercion is a crime. Witness tampering is a crime. I assert my equal protection to the right to the protections under Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513. You're retaliating against a witness, sir, and a victim. And all state laws, too. Fuck you. Don't tell me you're sorry. You're not, or you'd make it right and get out. They got that to me in jail. They're getting me everything you say. When I say they can do it for you, you really think they can't? Are you that delusional? All right, you believe what you want. That's my granddad, sir. You're making me a legend. I hear. He's calling everybody, trying to find out if they're helping you. He put you out on the street, but he put you on the map. You put me, he's all bragging. I can put you out on the street. I can starve you into a lie. Right, but we said that's the threat. It is a crime. It is illegal. It's not Casablanca. So you do what you do. Okay? You've made a threat. You're trying to carry it out. You've gone through some steps to try to carry it out. You want me back in Texas, and I said no. I said no every day for a decade. I hate Texas. I hate you. We want you gone. That's why we get information and you can't get it. We got all this, sir, because everybody hates your guts for putting me through hell, and Mike Neely too. You made a threat, duly noted for the record. You're trying to carry out the threat. It's not a trophy, dumbass. He's like, I can do it. Nope, it's not a trophy, it's crime. It's not a date, it's crime. You're going to jail. These guys that got this, they'll put you in jail when they're ready. You gotta thank your lucky stars they haven't done it already. Who do you think you're fooling, dumbass? The stuff you say doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why would you do that to somebody? Dogs are treated better. Dogs are treated better. In this country, you starve a dog, you go to jail. Do you understand me? You're not a hero, villain. He wants me to talk to him. One way I'll talk to you. He types in my phone, my other phones, when I'm doing this. Like he thinks it's a conversation. He should know what I'm doing right now. But for stalking, hacking, peeping, you wouldn't know what I'm doing at any given time, would you? So, when we quote you, you're not really all that mad about it, are you? You just give us more and more and more. You just like, your crime hasn't been this uncovered in your life, and you just digging it, and shoveling it, and shoveling it, and shoveling it, and shoveling it. We're just like, oh my God, it's so easy, it's not even fair. But your thought process drives me insane. I don't know, nobody understands it. Nobody understands it. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. One way I'll talk to you after your arrest, you waive your right to counsel, and I'll come in, and you're not going to tell me how you feel because I don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear that. We're all sick of hearing it. Nobody asked you what you think, did they? I'll tell you what we want to hear. What have you done and why did you do it? And nothing more. And I'm repeating myself. Everybody's getting irritated with me having to repeat myself, sir. You're a sick son of a bitch. You know what? I don't date men who abuse women and children and kill cops. That's not Casablanca. That's some serious, sick, twisted crime. Serious, sick, twisted crime. You're not getting away with it this time, are you? You hid it all your life. How many times were you told on before you met me? How many after? Can you still add and subtract? I don't speak your hillbilly or your sadism. So forgive me if I'm talking in a way over your head. Way the fuck over your head. But you're pissing everybody off with what you're doing to me and Mike. And so we don't have problems getting information just like this. And you do. Look at your results. I'm not going back to Texas. My ex-husband called yesterday again. For you. to try to coax me to a place I don't want to go by force. I'll starve her till she has to go. Or we can do more to her and prove out this record. He did it again. He's typing it again. Yes, I will. I will starve you until you have to go. He just typed it in my phone again. Wow. You proved out this recording right here. And so, you've proved out a whole bunch of recordings of you planning malicious crime. So you're not going to be able to assert the insanity defense. You know it's wrong. You're trying to make me lie. That means I'm telling the truth. You proved out 2 shrinks, and you proved out witnesses. And you're creeping everybody out, and you're pissing everybody off, and everybody's disgusted and sick of you. Everybody's disgusted and sick of you, you bitch. Get the fuck out of my life. Get out of it. So when you called my ex-husband and said don't pay for the week like you said you would, only pay for a day and tell her she can sleep on the streets and not eat until she goes to Texas where it's a kidnapping. And he did it, and I hung up on him. And I'm sleeping on the streets. You win that, but actually, who really wins? Because all you're doing is giving me another I told you so. You're proving out recordings. You're proving out psychiatrists. You're proving out witnesses. Okay? That's all you've done. And your crime's not been this uncovered in your life. And you calling all around trying to find out who's helping me is making me a legend, sir. A lot of courage that woman has to go through what she's going through for victims. So, thank you for that. My granddad will love it. When I die and go to heaven and I see him, you're pissing off guys that can get that to me. You sure you want to piss them off? Relieve suffering caused by crime. Powers in service. That guy said last night, I think Charles Perry has every sex weirdo problem on the planet. All of it. All of it. If it's sick, he'll do it. If you were abused as a kid, you should have got a shrink. You got a lot of money. You didn't have the right to impose that on other people, did you? I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I have empathy for people who are abused and find a way to do something good with it. When you start killing people, cops and shit, and hurting women and children, and that's your excuse, I just as soon slap you. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. You don't have the right to do that to other people. John Hinckley was put in a mental hospital. Serial killers, they all had child abuse. Guess where they are right now? Jail. Where's BTK? Jail. You don't let it get just because they got abused. I got abused, so it's okay if I go around abusing other people. No, it's not. You go to jail. You go to prison. Sir, death penalty is what I've asked for you. Shut up. Shut up. We're all sick of it. Everybody's sick of you. We don't have problems getting information. You do. Look at your results. We're happy with ours. Alright? That's what happens when somebody does the right thing because it's the right thing to do, even if it's hard. At the end of the day, they're a legend. They're a fucking legend. So you call everybody and you ask all you want. Is it you helping her? Is it you helping her? Please stop stopping my crime. Please stop stopping my crime. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. My guy goes, he's making you a fucking legend. So let him call away. And you're not getting any information, are you? Everybody's sick of you. Sir, they're sick of it. So, do what you do.